Hi guys, welcome in. JoJo Cross is here. We are going to work on our little volleyball area, beach volleyball area, which I'm going to put over here. And we're going to start by putting up our little net, putting out a ball. It's going to be pretty simple. I may add more to it at a later time just to make it look a little more fancy. But for today, as I'm thinking of ideas and stuff, I'm just kind of putting down the basics. And I wanted to put up some of the bamboo type furniture just to have that in here. And so, and kind of to match, the look of everything around here. It is a tropical island, so we want to put those up. And so yeah, we've got the little bamboo benches. I did get one of those ball catchers. I thought, okay, well, let's use it. I'm never going to use it unless I use it in this type of thing, right? So this is about the only kind of thing I would use that in. Or I mean, I've never done like a sports island or anything like that. So, although I did see a really cool one time that I thought, oh my God, it was really cool. But anyways, why did I leave that bench out there? I hope I go back and fix that. This is voiceover JoJo, by the way. I kind of recorded a whole bunch at once because I was kind of doing all these areas at once. So if you see any little sneakies of other things in here, I tried to keep them out, but you just never know what might crop into here. But anyways, we're also going to work on the little bungalow houses up here. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 of them that we're going to work on. The yards are supposed to have the shell furniture. And so that's what you'll see on this island for most of the villager houses. They all have to have shell furniture. And this is the Last Resort Challenge, by the way, by Stacy with Crossing Maniac. And so if you want to see the rules to that, it'll be in the video description down below. I will link her channel in the video that she says the rules on if you want to participate. I don't think it's too late if you're still watching this in June of 2025. But if not, then yes, too late. I believe it's a 3-month challenge. If you're somewhat quick at doing islands or whatnot, you could probably do it in 1 or 2, couple of months. So if you wanted to get started on it, restart, do it. Anyways, I love a good restart, you're never going to hear me say, no, don't restart ever. If you guys ask me for like willpower to not restart an island, you're not going to get that from me. So I just hope any of my friends out there, my little floofs, yeah, I'm always going to encourage you to restart because I love restarting. It's my favorite. So anyway, don't look to me for willpower. Just don't. All right, what I find interesting is the tree goes exactly where I was just at when I posted in here. I'm like, why? See, right there. That's exactly where I just dug a hole. Anyways, whatever game. I mean, seriously. Nintendo, come on now. You always have to make it difficult. I kind of like the look of the little weeds, cropping up around. I think it looks super cute. But anyways, yeah. And yeah, I did not fix that bench over there yet. So, but this is basically the volleyball area. I'm going to, put some snacks on the benches and maybe put a few more things in between. And I haven't put any bushes or flowers around on these areas yet, so we will come back and do some of that on the finishing touches of the island or towards the end, maybe when I'm getting ready to do, the finales of this. So, but that volleyball court is pretty well done. And then we're moving on to my little tiki bar, which is the main thing of this video, and we wanted to make make it look a little more like a structure. So I was putting up some more of these bamboo partitions just to kind of wall it in a little bit. And that way it looks more, I don't know, like a place you can walk into versus just a big flat on top of, you know, this area here. So I thought those were nice to kind of give it like a walled in look and still keep with the rest of the design. I never realized how well these cover that grass line until I did this video today. I was today's years old when I figured that out. So I do really think it turned out pretty great with that covering that up. It really helps. So anyways, I've plopped these in here, and then there'll be some changes here along the way, but this is the basic format. Still have to see the grass on this side. What the heck? You know, like for reals. It makes the part of me that needs it perfect sad. It makes me sad on the inside. Anyways, but I do like it. I never realized, you know, I've never used the bamboo items that much. I used them a little on my 20-acre island. I used it in the city, not in the city, the Japanese area a little bit and stuff like that. And I realized I kind of like these little partitions. They're cute. They look cool, you know. I like them. All right. This is where, like, you know, evenness. You have to have the evenness. So, also I have to catch these balloons as they're coming because I was going over to see if I could go down and get it, but then I realized, you know, I'm just going to let it sail along and then I'll catch it here in a minute. But I've got to get the balloons because I've got to try to get the shell items, the DIYs for them. I think a green balloon is a DIY, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just an item or a clothing or something like that. So I don't know. I gotta see what it has in it. I can't remember what I got on this one. I got some pretty unfortunately useless ones. I got some of the indoor like wallpaper and flooring along the way here. So I think I'll show you here that it isn't what I wanted. Yeah, I know it's a generator. So you see, I am struggling to get any of the DIYs. I've been going to my villagers' houses, trying to get them from them. None of them have given me one, not even one. And this island is like, weeks old at this point, considering, you know, when we started it versus when you're seeing this. And when I'm doing this voiceover, still none. I think I've got a pochette, like that little purse that you make out of shells, and then I have the wallpaper and the flooring for underwater. Not helpful when you need all the DIYs for the shell items. So Stacy, I'm trying. I'm trying with my best college try here. And here I was just walking through to make sure I can still walk through like an entranceway. Yeah, so I was just kind of checking it out and making sure everything fits. So now I was trying to see if I could kind of like put some, oh my gosh, that never goes where you want it to. I was trying to see if any of this fencing I could put just to narrow it down, but it did not want to go no matter how I tried it here. I was trying it here. Yeah, it didn't want to go where the other one was. And then I tried it from a different direction, thinking, okay, maybe it would look good here. Nope. Nope. And now I can't even get in, or it wants to go together. So yeah, we just gave up on the bamboo fencing. It just isn't working. So we're leaving the entrance kind of wide. It'll be okay. It's easier to get through anyways. Nyla will appreciate it not being cluttercore. So yeah. Anyway, gave up about here, thinking, yep, nope, those are not going to work. And so then we're going to get some of our structural items put in here. I start putting it up just to see how it fits and stuff, but then I realize I need to put some flooring underneath this gazebo. So, But I love this gazebo for like a tiki hut, because it already has like the grass top, but I'm not sure on this color. I think I might have to come back and replace it with like a lighter color. So you may see that in future videos, or when I do my tour, that I'm just gonna fix up these areas a little bit. So just beware that that could be a thing. Yeah, it really could be, but anyways, then we're gonna come on in here. I wanted to put a couple trees in, but then you know, I jumped the gun a little bit and realized that it's a little bit not gonna work. So we'll also go back and fix that. Like, there's just gonna definitely be some switcheroos and things like that, so don't worry. It will change by the time we get to the end. Because that's what happens on my videos. Yeah, here's where I'm like, okay, I need flooring. Yeah, it didn't work. Did not work. Okay, yes. So then I remembered I have this little bamboo flooring, and it looks kind of cool. Like, it's, but it's not matchy with my bamboo walls. So that kind of makes me sad. I almost want to go see if they have a darker version of this. I think they might. I think I saw it. So I'm gonna have to go to this creator's design and see if I can change it up, because if I can, I'll just change it in my design codes and it'll do it automatically on the island. I don't know if you knew that, but if you go into your design codes and you change the color or the design in the exact same plot as you have the spots that you have those, it will change it on your island. So the next time you walk up there, it'll be changed. So just FYI. Yeah, it's not so bad. Like during when I had some of my earlier islands, I realized that this occurred. And what I would do is, like in the winter, I would put down a winter yeah, this is where I'm like, nope, it needs to go all the way back, because I want to push this back because I need more room in the front. So I'm like, okay, now I have to go to the back, pull up the bamboo walls, extend this back, that kind of thing. So we're just, like I said, switcheroo, switcheroo. But anyways, what I was saying is I would go to my islands and, or do my island where I had the flooring, the pathing would be like, let's say a holiday in the winter or something. And then when fall or when spring came around, I would change it to like a spring grassy one, and it would just automatically change on the whole island. And so then the whole island would just automatically go to spring. It was actually really cool. And then if I wanted to change it to fall, I'd put a fall one in its place and stuff like that, and it would just change it up. So that's what I will be doing on my Forever Island. Although my Forever Island, we're kind of waiting to get to the point where I've, you know, gotten all the bugs and fish and seasonal things done. And then my Forever Island will be an actual Forever Island where I can change it based on the seasons and kind of just add things as the holidays come in and things like that. But for right now, we're really just striving to complete the island 100%. I want to get all the Nook miles completed and all that kind of stuff. So I will be back to filming my Forever Island every Friday. And I decided I'm going to do my Switch 2 islands on Wednesdays and my normal Switch islands on Mondays. So we'll have two different themes going at the same time, and so that will be good. And so you guys will have a little variable stuff. So hopefully you can keep track of that. I'll try to be putting out a better schedule when I get the chance, and that way you guys can kind of see what is upcoming. And if you're on my Discord, I did put out a calendar for my streams and stuff. All right, we're just customizing some stalls on here to get a little tiki look to it. And that way they can kind of combine together and make it look a little more tiki. In the tiki room. Are you guys Disney fans? I don't know. Disney is touch and go for me. I love Disney, but I hate Disney all at the same time. They're very expensive and greedy, but I love all their characters and I love their rides and I love Disneyland. So it's really sad to me that they've become what they've become, you know? I think Walt Disney would be a little bit disappointed with the people that are running his show, because his whole being was about making a happy place for everyone, and now it has gone to just money grubbing, really, honestly. So anyways, I will get off that soapbox, but I do love Disney so much as far as what he created from the beginning, and just, you know, the land itself is so much fun and everything. It's just so much money. Like, people can't afford to go. It's gotten so crowded. Here I am rearranging everything here again because I wanted to make sure this can go back into that little spot. And so we're going to bring the tree up a little bit just to fit it in there. And it will fit, but the game was being naughty. You know, the game is always naughty and always wants to tell me no at all times, including right here. So I have to fight with it on a constant, basis. So anyways, but here we are. We're doing it. We're doing it. All right. So now we have to get some of these in the front too. And I wasn't sure if I needed one or two, so I'm probably going to need to grab another one to place here, which is what I'm thinking on right now. I'm like, okay, great. I'm going to need two across, not just one across. So trying to get that going in the background here. So yeah, we'll go ahead and place that one. And then let me pull that out. There we go. Push it over, and I kind of like it over right here. I think I move it a couple different areas, but it fits nicely on the bamboo right there, and this is too far over because then the other one is going to not fit next to it. So I'm like, okay, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's what we do. I also did everything out of order on this one because what I should have done is put the stuff on the little side ones before I crammed everything in next to it. But I was just so excited to like see if everything would fit and put my trees back and stuff. And I jumped the gun and I did it. And then I was like, oh, now I need to get back here. So there's a little struggle is real part here where I'm going to be struggling to try not to pull the tree up again. It's a constant, you guys. You don't always see what's going on because I don't always leave it in the videos, but here I am. Silly me. This one won't even let me through over there, which is weird because it's the same spacing as the other side, except that one sticks out just a bit further, so it doesn't let me scooch. You know what I mean? So scooch core. That's what most of my islands are. Nyla will tell you it's clutter core. It is, but I think this island you'll be able to move around a lot better because I'm making like definitive walkways all around the island, and so at least to get from one point A to point B you're going to be able to get around. You know, caged cart, yes, nothing with a shell, great. That's my thinking here, of course. I'm like, come on. I am going to go ahead and put little slushy machine and frozen drink machine back here. I was shocked that that fit, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to say, heck no. This is where the struggle part is real. I realized that this little bamboo partition is sticking out, and so I have to take it out so I could scooch by the tree. Yeah, here. Yeah, Joe, just pull it out. No. Yeah, I'm looking like, isn't that the same spacing? But that thing's got an edge. Anyway. And then to get it back in, also a struggle. But again, the slushy machine fits, so I'm so shocked and happy about that it's crazy town. And then I put this thing back, and then I realized that I didn't put like the blenders and stuff. Look, watch how many times this occurs. Watch. You have to see the. I'm like, okay, how about in here? Nope, won't fit. Goes over there, and then I can't pull it. Every single time. And then I'm like, okay, how about at this angle? Will it go here? Nope, it'll go over there. I'm like, oh my gosh, the struggle. Then if I put it over here, it's gonna go over there. It's just crazy. Okay, just feel bad for me. Okay, feel bad. I was struggling, and then I was like, oh my gosh. By the end of this, when that finally went in, I was like, thank goodness. Okay. Then I wasn't about to take it back out, so we put our stuff up front. You can't really see the stuff on the sides, but I feel like if someone like goes down at an angle or whatever, pans down, you might see the stuff sticking up back there. So that's why I'm like feeling like it definitely needs to be filled in. And then we need a little cash register up here. I feel like it's a little necessity because you're always going to have that when you come in here to purchase, right? Oh, I heard a balloon. That's why I'm wandering away. I'm like, why am I leaving? Because I hear a balloon. I'm really on top of these balloons. I'm going to my villager houses every day. I'm really trying to, get this little party started here. So I really am making the attempt at getting the shell items. What is this? A den desk. Yes, nothing to do with shell items or summer. Okay, love it. Anyway, back to the grindstone here. And so we're going to go ahead and put our cash register in here. Oh, no, first I do the back stuff because I think to myself, because I have it already in my pockets. Yeah. Oh, no. I have to put it from this direction, you see, because this is where you're going to put your stuff in there. Yeah, so we have to make it somewhat life realistic or else I can't compute in my mind. And then now I'm realizing, okay, I need to get back here and see if I can put items on these little stalls because I have items like, yeah, the juice and blenders and stuff, mixers. And so I'm like, let me just throw these in here. And these ones go in really nicely. The other side, 200 times effort. Like this side, not so much. Then I realize I need to move something. It keeps going in the middle and it's just ticking me off like entirely here. I'm pretty patient, but no, see, no room because this is in the middle. It's just driving me nuts. Like I can't. Nintendo is so mean. It is so mean. I can't get over it sometimes. So anyway, this is like time 100 where I'm just trying to get this thing to work. Finally realize I need to pull out the stall to get this to go in here and then it will possibly work. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, it's crazy town. Oy vey. Come on, little baby. No, see, still mean. Have to move the stall. Went back in the middle again. See, I'm looking at it going, are you kidding me? So finally I realize, okay, I need to move this thing, push it out, or pull it out or whatever, and then maybe it will go. And sure enough, that is the problem. And I don't understand why that is because it wasn't in my way or anything. But for some reason, that is what it took for it to work. Finally, it goes to the side. And then I can put the other one on the other side. And I'm just a happy camper at this point. So, sorry y'all had to watch the struggle. But I feel like you guys don't see me struggle that much on here because I always edit it out. And I just want you to realize that you are not alone. I struggle all the time. Oh, well. Anyways, that's kind of the Tiki Bar in a nutshell there. We're going to put some stuff outside of it. I have some things I want to customize. I have some wooden stools and things that I put in my pocket. And oh yeah, the plain shop sign, I wanted to get that with the little design that I picked out for it, which is the Tiki Bar. Yeah, isn't that cute? It's in my design code video if you want to know where I got that. Some very little talented person made that one. And initially I make them both a tiki sign because I was going to put one on each side. But then as I go along, I realize it's very duplicated. So I end up moving some things around again and changing the shop sign a bit because it turns out where you have to scooch over here and I don't like that. But initially this is what I had put up. I thought, oh, tiki sign on both sides, cute, cute. And I like that, but then as I'm going along and I realize how I get in and out makes me irate, so we kind of moved some things. But now we're gonna customize these stools. I went ahead and did pineapples in honor of my daughter Nyla. You know, Princess of Pineapples would be proud of my pineapple stools. So we're putting that in there for her. I had some other designs, some floral ones, which I used on the other parts, but I thought this was cute, especially since, you know, there's probably a lot of pineapple-y items involved with this bar. You know, they're going to use a lot of pineapple, so I thought it fits for a tiki bar. It's here where I realized I don't have much room for tables, and I think I'm going to make a little area down below because there's nothing down there. And so this is my mind working right here, but I can't pick stuff up because my pockets are full. So I end up dropping a few things down here so that I can do it. And then we're gonna move these little bars out of the way on this side and put a stairwell in and have a little double layer tiki bar. So I think that works, you know. Yeah, see, I can't pick it up because my pockets are full. So again, you know, we need bigger pockets next time, Nintendo. I need 60. I need 60 or 70 items to be available in my pockets. I mean, I realize that's a lot to hunt through, you know, like when I'm trying to do this stuff, but I want it. I don't care. Or at least the option. You know what I mean? Flora's just looking at me like, why you run around like a crazy girl? All right. So that's where I'm going to put my stairway, and then I need to break this rock because I know it's going to be in my way, and get it out of the way. And then we're going to put in some bamboo walling down here to kind of wall this in. So I thought this would be a good spot to put the partitions in, you know what I mean? And that way this looks like it all goes together. Oh, money. I don't need it. My pockets are full of money. I don't even know why I have all that money in my pockets, but I do. So anyways, we're going to put a little entrance kind of where that rock is. So I pull this over a little bit. I actually tried both ways, but then I'm like, I like this one. I can put another bamboo one over here to kind of level it out and make everything kind of fit together. Put a little corner on it, you know. Oops. Oh, look at me go. I'm just doing it the hard way here today. I surely am. All right, and then we're gonna put another one right in here and see if that works. There's my dog. He's saying hello all. Hello everyone. When I pause like this, it means I'm putting something in my pockets, and I realized that I left some of those little moments in here, so if you see that, it's pretty much me cheating. So anyways, also it's bothering me that I didn't pull that bamboo level with the other one. So that will probably be fixed in the future. I'm going to have to go back and fix that. I had to get some stuff out of my pockets though, because room and space was not at a maximum on this one. And then I have some of these wooden stools. Again, Nintendo's mean. They weren't fitting very well. And I knew I had to put my stairwell over there. So I'm just throwing them where I can get them squeezed in, but also be able to walk around in here because I want to be able to walk around the restaurant, you know. So, but I think that will work on that. And why can you not get closer to these tables? I don't understand. I realize the umbrella comes out a little bit further, and that's why, because the game doesn't want you to hit it. But there's so many things in this game they allow you to walk under now. I'm not sure why they can't fix that umbrella. You know what I mean? Like, I just really don't understand. But anyway, whatever. We'll put the other little bamboo partition in over here. Yeah. It's funny because when I watch things back like this and I'm doing the voiceover, which is not my norm, I see all the little mistakes or things that I did that I would not normally have done. And I'm like, what the heck? Why did I do that? Like, for instance, that bamboo partition is still bothering me as I'm talking and watching it. And it doesn't get fixed. So now when I go back into this, I am going to have to fix this. And that is just like what I need to make sure I remember. You know what I mean? So anyway, I got to put some stuff away that I'm not going to be using on the rest of this build just to make some room in my pockets. So that's what I'm doing here because they're kind of full. And I realized I had like 100 DIY tables in my pocket and stuff, which is interesting. Yeah. And then we're going to get some more of those partitions in here. So we'll put those down. I just need the one. There we go. And I can always fix that. Now we're going to go over and grab our incline so that we can put that over there. I just love the colorfulness of this island. It's really pretty. That was me thinking, I'm at Resident Services. No, I'm not. Because the hotel has kind of become like the entranceway to this island for me. So anyway, yeah, we're going to go talk to Nook. We're going to get us an incline. Surprised I didn't walk in here and he's like attacking me over something because usually he is, but not today. But yeah, we're going to grab our incline, pay it off, and then I will go to the next day once I get it placed and we'll come back and see what it looks like so that you guys can kind of see it. And then we'll do a little tour of the area once it's all done, you know, but yeah, definitely like the log staircase because it looks more natural to me. And I don't have a lot of stone on this island, so the natural one that has like the grass and stuff, there's mostly sand on this island, not a lot of grass, so that one doesn't really fit. But this is my favorite incline, is this brown log one, which I feel like it goes with a lot of cottagecore. It goes with tropical, it goes with Japanese, like you could pretty much use it for any theme and it kind of fits in. And here's like the moment of truth. I'm like, please just go in here the right way. And at first I thought, oh my gosh, is it not going to even between these two? And then I realized I was just standing at an angle, and it did. And I'm just so pleased because half the time it doesn't want to center. And then I'm angry, but it worked. So we got it in. But the grass underneath it infuriates me to no end. I'm telling you, like that, they need to fix that in the next game. Like if you put sand under it, you should be able to keep your sand. There's no reason. Same with the houses. Like if I put down sand, it should go to the edge. Why can the grass go to the edge? It's a more effort for them to put that grass line in there. Like if they took it out, it would all just look great. You know what I mean? I just don't understand. I know it has to do with pixels and how the pixels lay down and stuff, but I also know they can fix it because they're Nintendo and they know what they're doing and stuff like that. So, anywho's, yeah, we're going to go the next day. Let's see how this little incline looks. I'm running over here to see how it is. Make sure that it's like doing its thing. It is. And I also want to make sure I could run up in here. Perfect. I actually had to close the game there because I couldn't get past what's his name, the gyroid. And yeah, so I actually had to. This is me. I'm just happy that it worked out. That's why I'm so happy here. But that's my little tiki area. This is my little volleyball area. I think it's pretty cute. You know, it came together pretty well. The final thing we're going to do on this video is the houses up here. I will come back and, like I said, add some plants and flowers and bushes and kind of make things look a little more vibrant. This area over here is going to be Bud's surf shop. We're not doing that today. And this over here, Shep will join in that as well. We'll probably have Shep be in charge of the diving equipment or something, and Bud is going to be in charge of the surf equipment and shop. So in any case, we'll get them all taken care of. But I wanted to chat with them because I came back the next day, and I like to try to talk to all my villagers. But from here on, we're going to go on these two sections each have houses on either side. This is Flora's house. And so we're going to make her outside yard to have a whole bunch of pink, beautiful shells. So I picked them to go with her color of her house. I don't think I'm going to change her house. I really like the way it is. I might put a more islandy looking door on it, like a more worn out looking door, but aside from that, I'm going to keep it. I need to definitely customize, like do the HHP, because I want to do the interiors of their house and make it look a little more cohesive and like it could be a place where someone could stay, because these are supposed to be my little bungalows where people can rent it. And it's just these 4 on the back. The front 2 obviously are going to be shops. All of the places will have some shell furniture to keep in with Stacy's challenge. I believe I'm doing the Paradise one. I think that's the name of the one. I'm so sorry if I got that wrong, Stacy, but that's the first one. I feel like it's a little easier. I don't have to worry about getting all the bamboo DIYs, because I feel like that's actually harder, because you kind of have to hope that your villagers give it to you, or you have to do a lot of campground villagers like amiibos so that they can give you all the DIYs. And the way you can do that is if you look up like which villagers will give you the bamboo DIYs, and it will tell you. And then if you have their amiibo, you can amiibo them in, and then there's just a small chance that they might give you the bamboo DIYs. I believe you get all the DIYs for bamboo in spring on a natural basis in this game, but this is a summer island. So I'm based in summer right now, so that's why it's a little harder, because I'd have to time travel back and do all this nonsense. So since we're in summer and I'm getting all the shell pretty much, well, I'm trying to get all the shell DIYs, I went ahead and did the shell items and the other part of the challenge. And like I said, there's a few things I have to do on this. Matter of fact, let me pull it up really quick and I can see if I can tell you exactly what they are. Okay, so I'm on her Discord right now looking at it. So here's what it says. We have to have a beach volleyball court. We have to have a tiki bar, a souvenir shop, and a yacht club. I haven't even thought about my yacht club yet. Yeah, I gotta figure that out. But that's gonna probably be in a future JoJo. Then the player's home either has to be a beach bungalow or a resort hotel. House has to be decorated, not fully upgraded, and the yard is your choice. So that part's good. And then items, collect and use all the shell DIYs except the wallpaper and flooring, and use it in your villagers' yards, which is hysterical because that's all I can get is the wallpaper and flooring. So and a purse. I mean, that's really not going to help out. I am going to actually put the purse, though, probably in front of Able Sisters or something. I got to figure out what we're doing with that, too. Anyways, the souvenir shop will be probably the one that O'Hare has down below. So his house interior is going to be a souvenir shop. And the outside will be some shells and things like that, because I still have to put shells outside the villager homes. And then the yacht club is going to be another big area on this island, and we're going to make it look very beautiful and tropical, and there'll definitely be like a little yacht marina area and stuff like that. So hopefully it will turn out pretty good. So here I'm just placing these things. Also, what infuriates me is that fountain will not center. It never will. So yeah, there's that. You guys, it will never center. It will never center. So that is just gonna kill me. Anyway, we did Flora's, and now we're gonna head over to Tingy's house. There are no orange shells. So I'm going to use like the yellow over here. I will customize her house to be probably a yellow instead of the orange, even though she's orangey. But if they have an orangey yellow house that looks like these little, you know, straw topped houses, I'm going to do that. The thatch roofs, you know, they're all going to be the little round bungalow looking houses. So anyways, I just wanted to tell you on the challenge. It starts May 26th, ends August 31st. This is 2025. You have 3 full months to get your resort together. You are not required to flatten or restart. You can start wherever you are on your island, but you do have to, you know, reinvent it for sure. Unlimited time travel, Nook Mile tickets, Treasure Islands, and Bells are unlimited. You do have to submit a dream address for her to look at on her Discord. She has a last resort DA submission area, so you can do that. And you are required to include all builds for the option you choose. So you must write either Surf's Up's crew on your board, which I already did. So anyways, yeah. So there's one called Paradise option, and then there's one called Surf's Up option, which I did not choose. I am still using a lot of the bamboo items, so we're gonna have both on this island, but in this one's, you know, we're gonna mostly have the shell items at the villagers' houses. The only addition to mine is that you have to do all the Paradise builds, like I just said, plus you have to add a surf shop and a surf and turf bar, which is hilarious because I am already doing a surf shop. So the only thing I would be missing is the surf and turf bar. I already have like a tiki bar, so it kind of surf and turf is more like seafood and steak and seafood type restaurant sort of thing. Anyway, those are the only changes on that. And then you have to collect at least 5 of the villagers she has listed. And I have at least 5. I have Bud, June, Flora, Tangy, and O'Hare. And those are, and I have Lily, which is a 6th one, bonus one that I have off of her list. So anyway, she has a ton. You just have to choose 5 off that list. And I have 6 of them. Actually, I have 7. I have Sasha too. Sasha's on the list. So 7 out of 10 of mine are on her list of villagers that she would like to see on your island. So only 3 of mine are not on her list, which is pretty cool. So anyways, yeah. Hope you guys join in doing it. It's kind of fun. Here's where I'm rearranging my tiki bar because I didn't like the scooching. So that's what happened here is I decided, okay, pick it up. I'm going to move it all the way back a little bit so you can kind of see it when you walk in. And then we're going to make one of these into a menu. And that way it looks a little more like, you know, not so duplicated. If if my girl will get in the right place, that would be fantastic. And we'll do a little walkthrough at the end of this, like when it's complete. But for the most part, yeah, I didn't like where that was, so we're moving it over. And it doesn't fit in here. I was trying to see if I could get, you know, some other stuff back there, but I couldn't. So we're gonna put the sign like right in front of the cash register so that you could see what you want while you're standing there. There it is. I'll move that in there. And I will probably come put some things in the corner in here, like some bushes or planters or something like that, just to make it look a little more, you know, taken care of, I guess. I needed to get a speaker in here, like a shell speaker, because I want music to be at all of the villagers' houses. So that's what I'm doing over here. And so they're all going to have a little Caribbean sound or island sounding music. So that way when you walk around, you get the island sounds. You know what I mean? It's fun. And anyways, then we're going to... So that's it for the villagers' houses. They're not going to be really difficult. We've got the 2 back villagers as well that I need to go check out. So we're going to head over to the back ones and get those ones done. I'm kind of basing the colorations on the villagers' kind of standard house color. This one's the cream or white colored house. So I'm going to go ahead and just go with the white shells on this one. And then I can't remember, I think on the other side it is white as well. So we're going to do white on both of these, and I think it goes better with the pool area. If they would have had a blue, I would have gone with that. I think the opalescent one is really pretty, but it doesn't, kind of, I don't know, it looks a little too glitzy for what we're going for. We're going for more of like a just resort look, but not like a shiny and shimmery, you know what I mean? And this also infuriated me to the point, I know it will center. And matter of fact, I'm going to try it in front of this tree to see if it actually will center in the front of the tree. And if it does, then I'm going to move it to the back. And you know how I'm going to do that? I have to move the stinking tree. So yeah, see, it centers. So my girl would not put it back there, no matter what I did. Nintendo is mean. Hashtag Nintendo is mean. So that's what I'm struggling with, is trying to get this doggone thing to fit, which is just cracking me up. I'm like, come on. So anyway, 100,000 times I'm trying this. I'm exaggerating too, by the way. But I also wanted to go in and see what her house looks like. This is June's house. And I've never seen it in its entirety. Oh, it's very Shelly. It is very Shelly and pink. I didn't expect pink in her house. So that was interesting to see the pink, you know what I mean? But I do love it. I like that it's already tropical. It means I don't have to try too hard. You know what I mean? Like when I design her house, I don't have to try too hard. But this is where I'm like, okay, tree, I'm taking you out. We are going to just pick you up. I will place my shell, and then I will put you back, because I had a vision. I needed this shell to be centered. So yeah, I'm telling you, y'all, the Nintendo is mean. It really is. So anyways, dang it. There it goes. Look at this thing. I'm like, really? Okay, tree gets to go back. Oh, thank you, tree. Oh, there we go. All right, let's get the rest of this a little show on the road. Gonna put out the rest of these little white shell accessories and such. Yeah. But I do actually like the shell items. I just don't really use them that often. So, yeah. But probably because most of my islands are like cottagecore, and this is definitely not. So there's that. There is that. And again, infuriating. Oh my gosh, it's not even a word. Can't center that. It will not center. It will only go on a half square. It will not go on in between. So that is a bummer, but it's okay. We're going to get it. We're just going to like roll with it and decide that that is fine the way it is. Oh, because I can't. I tried this here and then I decided I don't like it. It just doesn't mesh very well with it. You can get in, but I don't think I like it. So we're gonna go with some other items that I can kind of throw out here. There's not a ton to choose from on the shell items. I mean, you really just have, you know, what you see here. So we'll plop this over here. I gotta make sure I can still go by, and I can, so that is good, but we're gonna not have it all the way over. I guess if you like tip down and look through the arch, you can see the little motif behind it. So it's kind of like a little frame, you know, a little frame. We're not, but then I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I love it. Oh, these floor lights are another fight that I go through. Why do they not go where I want them to go is my question. Like half the time, like that went, and I'm like, thank you. And then I try to put it on the other side. I guess it's not enough space because of the fountain. So yeah, then we're gonna just struggle. The struggle is real, and try to fit this in here. Yeah. Okay, and then it just wants to fly in some weird uneven spot. So sorry you guys have to watch this, but yeah, it is a little bit of a struggle. I'm also drinking my coffee right now, my iced coffee. I have iced coffee almost every day in the morning with a little bit of protein shake in it, because it helps get some protein in my diet, because I'm not the best at that. I'm too close. Like, what am I doing? I know the spacing and I still do this. Anyway, floor light won't go on this side unless I bump it out quite a bit. So back over here to see if I can get it in this way. Too far out. Oy vey. Yeah. I'm almost giving up. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, oh my. Yep. I just have to muscle it. I just have to muscle it over and like boss it around. So then that got shifted over so I could see if I could move that light back a bit, because I want it to be even with the other one, you know? But then it goes way back. It doesn't want to go in the front. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And I'm putting you through this. Sorry, fast forward. Fast forward if you don't want to see the struggle with the light. We're going to try one more time. See if I can stand in the right place and get it to go. Nope, I still can't. Oh my gosh, I forgot I left this in here. It's hilarious. I should have just taken it out and not tortured you guys with this whole scenario. But it is comical. I mean, to see all the struggle that is going on over here is hilarious. Like, I don't even know what to say. Finally, they even out. Look at that. Not even where I really want them, but that's just what's happening. All right, now we have to get the rest of this stuff in here. So let's put our little shell partition out front. We have one in the back. Let's put one in the front. And then I do need to get a speaker in over here. So I think we're going to put that over here, or maybe in between these two guys. I can kind of push this maybe one way or the other. Let me push this. Oh, maybe it'll go in here. No, it won't. Nintendo is mean yet again. So we're gonna push that way, that way, if it will go, and then we'll put the speaker where I'm standing here, and that should work. That should work. All right, cute. I'm gonna turn it around so you can see that it's a shell. It kind of looks weird otherwise. I really like the Calypso. That's a good one for islands. I think it sounds very Caribbean. You know what I mean? Caribbean. Do you guys say Caribbean or Caribbean? Like when I say Pirates of the Caribbean, see, I say Caribbean. Or you can say Caribbean, which is what I say when I'm going to the Caribbean. Isn't it weird? Why do I say that? Oh, I'm back over at Flora's house. Apparently I just cut out half of my designing over there, which is fine. You guys are probably well more than tired of seeing all this. We'll go on a little tour here in just a second because we're almost done. I put a little coconut juice there, and I put a little coconut shake or whatever you want, smoothie. Here's our little island as it is right now. Okay, so you come on up. You're gonna obviously see the two other areas are not done yet, but those will be the surf shops. We've got our little tiki bar off to the left. We've got our little volleyball net and play area over here, place to sit so you can watch volleyball together and all that jazz. We've got Flora's house with her little table out front, and she's got her music playing, her little pink items, which is super cute. And then we're gonna head over this direction and you know, through the bar area we can get over here to Tangy's house. Oh, Flora's visiting, yes. Anyways, with her little yellow seashells over there. I realize I forgot to tour the white ones in the back, but you got to see them come together. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like our little tiki bar and volleyball area. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!